अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानीं ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसद्धेम पद्माम्बराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसितेक्षणां ससरचापपाशाङ्कुशां हसेशजनमोहिनीमरुणमाल्यभूषोज्ज्वलां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम् ओम श्रीमात्रे नमः। हरिः ओम श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। Hariः Om everybody. So far we finished the Ananda Lahari, that is 1 to 41 shlokas. That we saw mantra, yantra, tantra, kundalini swarupam and Sri Chakram and all the Shat Chakras. This is all for Uttama Adhikari. That is up to Ananda Lahari. Now we are entering into Saundarya Lahari. All 100 shlokas are Saundarya Lahari, but that is for the prepared mind. Now, whoever is not prepared, for those sadhakas, Shankaracharya ji is giving more shlokas. From 42 onwards, the form, this is called Saguna Brahma Upasana, according to Vedic terms, or a devotion, or we have a form to mind needs support. So each shloka gives us 111. Up by 100 we'll have the whole form. Like in Lalita Sahasranamam, it starts in the beginning to Vujyadbhan Sahasrabha Chaturbahu Samanvita Raga Swarupa Pashajha Krodha Kara Ankushojvala. Up to almost 20 shlokas, the form is described. So this is where now we are entering. First is the mother came out from Chidagni. Chit means consciousness, Jnana Agni. So once when she came out, first came is the head, means the crown came, the kiritam, the crown. That's why this shloka starts with the crown. Let us chant together 42nd shloka. Gatairmanikyatvam gaganamanibesaandra ghatitam Kiritam te haimam himagirisute kirtayati yaha sanide yachaya churanapatalam chandrashakalam dhanushraunashiram kimiti na nibadhnati dhishanam. So now here before we proceed, Lalita Sahasranamam Vashinyadi Vagdevata says Kiritam Kuruvinda Manisreni Kanat Kotira Mandita, that shining with made out of the crown is made out of gold and shining with made out of Kuruvinda Mani. They are kind of special gems, special stones. That is what Kuruvinda Mani is called, and they are available in Simhala Desham. That's how they described. Now Shankaracharya is saying all those Gatair Manikyatvam, Gagana Manivihi. Gagana Mani means Jyotir Mandalam, Aditya Mandalam. That is on your crown. What are those? They are nothing but Surya Bhagavan, Dwadash Adityas, oh mother, they are nothing but Dwadash Adityas, 12 Adityas, 12 sons we have. For each month, according to our Sanatana Dharma, they are called Indra, Dhata, Parjanya, Tvashta, Pusha, Aryama, Bhaga, Vivaswan. That is why even Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyayam. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, I told this knowledge to sun god. That's how it starts. Vivaswan means sun god. And then Vishnu, Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, I am that in Adityas, in Surya Bhagavan, I am that Vishnu. And then Amshuman, and then Varuna, Mitra. They are 12. We'll take up some of them because they are very interesting. Varuna is the representation for rainy season. That is called Varuna. Mitra is the kind of, Mitra means the friendship. Sneh dhatu, that's how it came. Sneha means friendship. Means that is kind of a sticky nature. That is why we say this friend is sticky, very sticky. He's not leaving me. That's how we use the even regular terms too. That in summer season, we get very sticky because of the heat and humidity that comes from sun god. That is Mitra. And Varuna we have seen. And then Dhata is he is the one who supports everybody, who is the nourisher for everybody. And then Parjanya, again, that is the clouds. Parjanya means that is for rainy season. See, that is how each month they have specific type of sun. Even though sun is one, each month they are called different names. That is why 12 Adityas, they are nothing but 12 Adityas on your crown. Beautiful bhavana. And then they are all very Sandra Khatitam. They are all these jewels and all these sun god, all of them are like a solidified. Sandra means dense, not like a here and there, not like that. It's very dense. And then Kirita means the crown. Haimam means the made out of gold. Himagiri Sute is the Sambodhana. Each shloka Shankaracharya ji gives different Sambodhanas. Himagiri Sute means mountain's daughter. The Mount Himavat Parvata Raja Putrika. And then in this way, the Yaha means whoever, that sadhaka, whoever meditates in this way, they are nothing but the Dvadashadityas. And then he thinks some particular way. The thinking he's telling now, his third and fourth shlokas. On the crown, there is a crescent moon too. When that moon is reflecting on these jewels, and then sadhaka is thinking as though this is like a rainbow, Indradhanasu, we call Indradhanasu. That is what Shankaracharya ji is explaining third and fourth line. Sanide yachaya churana patalam chandra shakalam. Chandra shakalam means that crescent moon. And then dhanuhu means bow. Shauna shiram means this is Indra, means Indra Dhanu, means bow, that is the rainbow. We call rainbow, Indra Dhanusu. Kimiti Nanibadhnati Dishanam. How can he not? He will think like that, because all that moon rays are falling on these jewels, on the Dvadasadityas, and then as though it is like looking like a rainbow. That is how we get, right? When the sun and a little bit rain comes, then only we get the rainbow. Sapta, 7 colors. Vibjiyar we call. So that's how it is. They have to meditate, because these are all for meditation slokas. Whenever we see sun or whenever we see any crown, we need to combine these two. We say, wow, I'm meditating on mother's crown. And then this is for the Vushakala Prakriti meditation. Means this is kind of morning sun. That is where this is some kind of a dew is there in the atmosphere. We can see very clearly all these colors. So that is what the shloka is talking about. These are all for meditation, all of them from here onwards. Every shloka has different purpose. Whole form we will see. Form means Divya Mangala Rupam and Mantramayam. All devatas are included in that form. Because when mother came from Chidagni, from that fire of knowledge, all the devatas, Devakarya Samujjata, she was born for all the devatas prayed her. That's how she took this form, all-pervading mother, universal mother. Then each gods, they gave their own energies. Like, let us say, for example, Yama Dharmaraj gave his power. That's how mother got the hair. And then like that, each one, we covered this in Lalita Sahasranama. Each god gave their own powers. That's how mother took the form. That is why this is Devata Mayam. Mother's form is not just a form. This gives all devatas will be blessing us. Depends on our desire. This is how this whole shloka we covered. And now let us chant together. Gatairmanikyatvam gaganamaniBhih sandra ghatitam kiritam te haimam himagiri sute ka kirtayati yaha sanide yachaya churana shabalam chandra shakalam dhanushrauna shiram kimiti nanibadhnati dhishanam. How can he not think about it? He will think about it. That is the essence of the shloka. Like the rainbow Indradhanusu. Okay. And then now let us see, we need to see the phalitam, the results. This one again, Ram is the Bijaksharam. Ram, and then 45 days they are saying, but we can do as many times we can do, depends on our desire. And then this is sugar is the Naivedyam, very easy one, sugar. And then this one removes the, let us say, gastric troubles. All that will go away when we chant this shloka. Our stomach ache, our indigestion, our gastric trouble, whatever related to stomach, they will go away with whoever meditates on this shloka and then chant with bhakti and devotion and trust, have faith. Then they will get the results. Depends on the desires. We can do it for ourselves and we can do for other people too. Telling their names and Gotra, if they know. If they do not know, they can say Kashyapa Gotra or Shiva Gotra. And then if they know birth star, that is even better. Otherwise also they can do it. So this is the Gatair Manikyatvam Gagana Manibihi. We see how beautifully the words are also. Shankaracharya is a Jnani, Tattvaveta, and then a devotee, and then beautiful poetry. That is why this it is written in Shikharini Vrittam. Means each line has 17 letters, 17. 6 letters representation for Mother Shakti, 11 letters representation of Shiva. Means that is also symbolism behind it, representation of Ekadasha Rudra. Ekadasha means 11. That's why even Shivaratri also we do Ekadasha Rudrabhishekam. They keep doing for 11 times. That is one method. Or they just do one time. And then that's how it goes. The Ekadasha Rudram. That's why Shikharini Vrittam. But Vishnu Sahasranamam and Bhagavad Gita are done in Anushtup Chandas. Each line will have 8 letters. See, this is very poetic. Even chanting, we will get the energy. If we know the meaning, we can get connection very easily. Mind stays there. Otherwise, mind goes here and there. mind needs support. First level is chanting. And then second level is, once we know the meaning, then when we chant, we can meditate. So that's how the shlokas have so much power. So each one has bijaksharas also. And now we are going to mother's Seemantam. Okay. Gatair Manikyatvam. No, sorry. Hair. Hair, now 43 shloka is the hair. This is called Kacha Dhyanam. Kacha means hair. Lalita Sahasranamam, they are saying Champaka, Shoka, Punnaga, Saugandhika, Lasat Kacha. They also use that word. Vashinyadi Vagdevatas came from mother. Lalita Sahasranamam is given by, they came from mother and then took race, and then they took form. Vashini, Kameshwari, Modini, Vimala, Aruna, Jaini, Sarveshwari, Kaudini, 8 of them. So then the mother gave the permission to bring it to us, to earthly field. That's how the Hayagriva and Agastya brought this. That is how it came to us. They are the Guru Parampara. Hayagriva is nothing but Vishnu Bhagavan's Guru form. Dakshinamurti is Guru form for Shiva Bhagavan. So that's now they are saying Kacha there also. Kacha means hair. And here also this is called Kacha Dhyanam. Well, interesting thing is, I don't know if I mentioned this. Shankaracharya wanted to write a commentary for Lalita Sahasranamam. His intention is that. What happened? He was telling disciples, bring the Stotra book. Each time when Bhagavan Shankaracharya mentioned, they are bringing Vishnu Sahasranamam. It happened 3 times. And then Shankaracharya ji thought maybe mother is telling him to, directing him to write the Vishnu Sahasranama commentary. Then he wrote Vishnu Sahasranama commentary. Now, that's why this Saundarya Lahari is Lalita Sahasranama Bhashyam. Bhashyam means elaboration. That is why we see all this mantra, tantra, yantra, all of them in Lalita Sahasranamam through namas. Here we are seeing through shlokas. Elaboration of Lalita Sahasranamam. So which is very good. We are doing both together. Tuesday for Saundarya Lahari, Thursday for Lalita Sahasranamam. Both the representation for Bhagavati anyway. So which is very, mother prepared us like that. Mother planned like that for us. So now this is Kacha Dhyanam. Now let us chant together, 43rd shloka. Dhunotu dhvantam nastulita indivaravanam ghanasnigdham slakshnam chikura nikurumbam tava shive yadiyam saurabhyam sahajamupalabdhum sumanaso vasantyasmin manye balamathana vati vitapinam. Here, Shive is the Sambodhana. Shive means, O Parvati Devi, auspicious, auspiciousness, Mangala Swarupam. That is what is a representation. Shive is the Sambodhana. Now, Dhunotu Dhvantam Naha. Naha means to us, whoever meditates mother in this way. Now, let us see which way, then what she does. Now, first let us see what she does. Dhunotu dhvantam. Dhvantam means destroys. Take it away. Dhunotu means like destroys our inner ignorance. Take it away. How? That's what the first result is given. Take out the inner ignorance when we meditate on mother's hair. Kacha Dhyanam. How is the hair now is a description. Because always remember, mind needs support. That is why the shlokas are nicely given with examples. then mind can grasp. How is that? Tulita Dalita Indivara Vanam means Indivara Vanam. Vanam means a forest. Indivara means like a black lilies. We have two types of flowers. One is a lotus, that is called Padmam. Padmalochana, Padmamukhi, Padmahasta, Padmavasini. And that is called lotus. Even feet are also, eyes are also compared with Rajiva Lochana for Rama Bhagavan, we say, compared with lotus. Now this lily is called Kaluva. We call Kaluva. That is Kaluva and Padmam, lotus and lily. So now this is hair is like a black lilies. It is not like a one black lily that only one hair string is black. It's a forest full of black, beautifully nice black hair. And then giving three more adjectives. Let us see what they are. Ghana Snigdham Slakshnam. Ghana has two meanings. One is the cloud, and Ghana means the thick. This is very thick. Black forest, black, and then very thick. Ghana means that. And that dark cloud is also ready to shower the grace. When there are white clouds, they won't shower. We all experience and we all know that. They just go away. They are like a cotton and they come in different shapes. And then they just move away in the sky. But whenever there is a dark cloud, that will shower the rain. In the same way, mother will shower her grace. Ghana. Snigdham means it is very silky hair. Snigdham. And Slakshnam means soft, dark, soft, and silky hair. That is how it is described. Chikura Nikurumbam Tava Shive. Nikurumbam means again that is hair. Hair is description now. Sive we already saw, that is the Sambodhana. Now on that hair, what is there is staying now, the is described in third and fourth line. There Lalita Sahasranamam, they are saying Champaka, Ashoka, Punnaga, Saugandhika, Lasatkacha. Champaka flowers, Ashoka flowers, Punnaga flowers. And they are all different flowers. And here, what kind of flowers? Yediyam Saurabhyam Sahajam Upalabdhum Sumanaso Vasamtyasmin Manye Balamadhana Vati Vitapinam. Balamadhana means whoever destroyed that Bala is the Rakshasa's name. That is Indra Bhagavan. Indra Bhagavan's Vati Vitapinam means in his garden, Kalpa Vruksham, that is he has a Kalpa Vruksham. From that tree, the flowers are staying in the mother's hair. Not ordinary flowers. They are extraordinary flowers. All the flowers want to go onto the mother's hair or mother's feet. Then they feel their life is fulfilled. That is why when we pluck the flowers are also, we need to use for God's worship. They all want to come to mother's hair. The reason is flowers never have the fragrance. We think flower has the fragrance, but they do not have fragrance. Mother hair has fragrance, beautiful fragrance. They came to mother's hair, then they grasped, they got that flowers, the smell from mother's hair. See how beautiful description it is. for our meditation. They never had, the flowers never had the beauty or the fragrance. Because they stayed in the mother's hair, they got the beauty and the fragrance. And they are not, nobody used those flowers. They are from Indra's garden, Kalpa Vriksham. And they will never dry up like our regular flowers on earthly field. They always stays fresh, never dries up. So that is why is a description. As Manye, I am thinking in this way, oh mother, because Shankaracharya has seen mother in this way, and then he is giving us these shlokas for our meditation. Siddha Purushas gives us they have seen the God or consciousness or Chaitanyam or this. Saw the self. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. Knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. Then they gives us for our meditation, for our sadhana. Then we become Siddha Purushas. So that is how the Guru Parampara goes. That's how our tradition is, Sanatana Dharma tradition. That's what I'm seeing you, oh mother, in this way. Sumanasaha means one meaning is flower and another meaning is whoever has the beautiful mind. Sumanasaha. They can meditate and mind also stays in at the mother's hair. Actually, one person asked me, how come that is a black and then how can it destroys the ignorance? Dhunotu dhvamtam nastulita indi varavanam. Our heart, our mind is filled with ignorance. Ignorance is a representation of darkness. And then laziness, and then not knowing who we are. That is, according to gunas, it is tamo guna. And how it can remove black and black. This is the secret here. What happens is, these kaluva, the lilies bloom when the moonlight comes. Lotus will bloom when sunlight comes. That is why when in the sadhaka, where or when this mother thought comes in their hearts, like then mother is representation of moon. That is why whole Saundarya Lahari we see as Chandrakala Swarupam. Mother as Chandrakala Swarupam. When the thought of mother comes, that moonlight comes, that brilliance, that Kanti, and that Amruta rays, that nectar rays comes in our heart, then all that ignorance is gone. Then the mind starts blossoming. Then that self-unfoldment happens. This is the secret. So that naha, dhunotu tvamtam naha. Naha means to us. Destroy that inner ignorance. Outer ignorance will go away when sunlight comes. Then for that, we don't need any teaching. See, for outer, we don't need any teaching. Even the small child knows, oh, that's how we are going. They will question and they will laugh also. We all know outer darkness will go away with sunlight. When sunlight comes, that will go away. But here, there is a inner ignorance for everybody. That is how human birth came, to do our sadhana, to destroy this inner ignorance. These are that's why the shlokas are for that. This is for our own sadhana. Spirituality means that, not for outside. This is for our sake. And for each individual sadhana methods are different. Each individual vasanas are different. Each individual tendencies are different. You see, that is the, we all come with our own package. So that's why this is for our own sake. Because we got this human birth, we need to reach to our highest potential, unlimited potential. all these shlokas, they gave it in condensed form. Even that's why we need the elaboration. Then it makes sense. Then we mind revel in these shlokas. These are all beautiful shlokas. Now let us chant the shloka. Now I'm just wondering if I have any other things to say, but now we saw everything. Let us see, chant together. You can keep it on mute. That way we will not get the disturbance. Dhunotu tvām tam nastulita indivaravanam ghanasniktham slakshnam chikura nikurumbam tavasive yadiyam saurabhyam sahajamupalabdhum sumanaso vasamtyasmin manye balamadhanavati vitapinam. See, this is the Vushakala. And then Kacha, we already saw that the hair came from Yama Tejas. Then we will not have the Mrityu Bhayam also. Yamadharma Raja is the Lord of Death. So he will also protect us when we meditate on this shloka. So now let us see the results. Results is Bijaksharam they are giving is Sreem. And then again 45 days and 1,000 times, but we can do whatever, how many ever times we can do with devotion and with faith. And then Sakala Jana Vashikaranam means wherever there is Vashikarana means Vashikarana means like controlling everybody. Means this comes 2-3 times we have already seen it. Means first we need to have control over our body. When we sit for meditation, first step is body control. Lot of people cannot sit for meditation, or sit down is very tough for them. You know, asana, that is why even Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Pranayama, Asana, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi is 8 steps are there. Asana is a lot of people, it is very tough. Especially close means that is even very hard. They cannot even sit with folded legs, or even sitting on the chair. See, it's not easy. Lot of people cannot sit. So that is why first control over body, and then control over mind and sense organs of perception and organs of action. That is the base, most important, rather than controlling over the world and then controlling over everybody. Who are we to control? Mother will take care of them. And then we cannot control anybody anyway. If we can do that, we achieved everything. Our sense organs, our organs of action, and then mind. So this is the Sakala Jana Vashikaranam. And then Naivedyam is honey. Most of the Naivedyams are very easy and simple. Most of them think mother's worship is a lot of Naivedyam. We need to prepare a lot. People get scared too for that. You know, some people are afraid of Navaratri too. Oh, we need to prepare a lot of varieties of prasadam and all that. See how simple it is. Mother worship is very easy and simple. So and mother is very compassionate too. Arunam Karuna Tarangitakshi. Her eyes nothing but compassion. And so that is what Saundarya Lahari. Lahari is the wave of compassion, wave of beauty. Whatever we see, we are seeing mother only. From morning to evening, everything is mother. That is why Vishwa Vigraha, we are going to see each one. Now, we saw the results and everything. Now let us entering into next shloka, 44th shloka. Let us chant together. Here it is described as a Simantam, means this partition, where the head partition, that is called Simantam in Sanskritam. This is a beautiful shloka again for meditation. Tanotu kshemam nastava vadana saundarya lahari parivaha srota saraniriva simanta saranihi vahanti sinduram prabalakabari bharati mira dvisham brundair bandi krutamiva navinarka kiranam. This is the title song. Even in example, for example, even in old movies, they have the title songs, right? Mother used to sing when they were, say, babies, when they were child. There is a movie also is there, Yadon Ki Barat. Then mother used to sing, and then brothers get, all the boys get dispersed, and finally they remember that song. They will they get united. In the same way, here also, Saundarya Lahari. This is the title song. And now, what does it do? Again, Naha means to us. Before also gave that, that word came, Naha, to us. Tanotu kshemam. Kshemam means that Simanta Sarani. When we meditate on that partition, then it will give us kshemam. Kshemam means well-being of us. Tanotu means spread. That Maya tatamidam sarvam means spreading everywhere. Means vyapti. That kshemam. That will be getting for the sadhaka. Tanotu kshemam. What do we need to meditate? First, they are giving the result. Because when we know the result, we can meditate more and we pay more attention. See, that is why we get the kshemam. Even Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. See, whoever meditates me on with unwavering mind, to them I will give them yoga and kshema both. I will take care of them. What is yoga and what is kshema? Yoga means to unite. Whatever we do not have, he will give us. Unite with that. Whether it could be physical health, mental health, or financial problems, or family problems solves, or whatever that is, or they want the higher position, whatever it may be, he will unite with that. Depends on the desire. Or if they want moksham, liberation, he will unite with that, yogam. Then what is kshemam? Kshemam means whatever is already acquired. The health, wealth, family, surroundings, and relationships, all of them will be secured. And at least they will maintain that. They will not have, they don't have to suffer in those situations. That is called kshemam. I will take care of them. That is what Bhagavan's promise. Here also, mother is promising, Tanotu kshemam naha. Whenever we meditate, this is what we get, happens. What we need to meditate now? Tava vadana saundarya lahari. Tava means yours. Vadana saundarya lahari. Vadana means face. That is filled with beauty and radiance. That is what even Lalita Sahasranamam Pashinyadi Vagdevata says, Vaktra Lakshmi Parivaha Chalan Meena Bhalochana. That Parivaha means that is Pravaham. That is Lahari, is the flow. In that Vaktram means again face. Vadanam is also face. Vaktram is also face. Lakshmi Parivaha. Vadanam is filled with Lakshmi, means all the Aishwaryam, all the positivity, all the brilliance, tejas, filled with that. And then on that face, chalan, moving the meenabhalochana, the eyes are moving on that face. Vadanam. How are the eyes? Meena means a fish, comparing with fish. The eyes are also with abha means radiance. So that is how they described Vadanam. And now, and then the eyes also. And now here they are talking about the Seemantam, the partition. A beautiful face, we need to remember. This is all we need to visualize. Mother face is so beautiful, and with that Seemantam. And then Parivaha Srota Saraniriva Seemanta Saranihi. And that Sarani means that path. It is from forehead to all the way to Sahasrara Chakram, all the way to back. That is like a path. This mother's face glow and radiance is flowing through up to the Sahasrara Chakram. That is how we need to meditate, through this Seemantam. And how is that now the description of this Seemantam? So far, face is described. Now, this the Sinduram is described. Sinduram means the red color, the kunkuma that is spread on that the partition, Sinduram, the Seemantam. See, before we proceed, let me give you for visualization and meditation. What happens is the darkness, the Chikati means the darkness, always wanted to tie up that sun god. Because as soon as the sun god comes, the darkness will go away. And sun god has the desire to see the darkness, but he cannot see also. As soon as he arrives, the darkness goes away. And then the darkness, what happened? They prayed mother. They said, there is no way we can tie up the sun god. As soon as he comes, we are running away. But we have the desire. Then they prayed mother. Then mother told them, that's how the hair is black, representation of dark. And then that Sinduram, that red line, that path is like Arka Kiranam, Vahan Dvisham Brundair Bandi Krutamiva Navinarka Kiranam. Bala Bhanu Kiranam means early morning, the sun ray, as though left a ray of that sun rays, one ray. Then what happens is mother said, then they said, oh, they felt very happy. Yes, we tied up the sun. Means everything is dark. Mother's hair is black, dark. See how beautiful is this is. You need to just to visualize. I'm trying to explain as much as I can. Mother's hair is black, and then that representation of dark. And then they left one, because everybody will ask, if they tell that their friends, then they will say, what is the proof? We don't believe it, because this is impossible. You could never do that. That is the secret here. Whatever is impossible becomes possible when we meditate on mother. And that's why that Sinduram is like as though they tied up sun, but left one ray for us to believe. See, that is how the poetic description, how beautiful it is, and gives us the kshemam also, well-being. This is the real beauty of the poetry and the devotion and for meditation. All of them are included in this. And then Dvisham Brundair Bandi means that is a Bandi means tied up. These all the hair is representation of that darkness. See, that is why Kabari Bhara Timiram. Then Timira Dvisham. Timira means darkness. Brundair Bandi. Bandi means tied up. So like that, this is a beautiful expression. I hope you are able to meditate on this one. I hope you got this. See, now I will just give you the whole summary. The darkness always wanted to tie up the sun god, but they could never do it. But here the darkness is a black is representation of mother's hair, and then they, as though they tied up the sun god, and then they are leaving one ray. Navinarka Kiranam. Arka means sun god. Navina means the Bala Bhanu, morning sun ray. Kiranam means the ray. Arka means sun god. So as though that Sinduram, that red kunkuma is looking like as though they tied up and left one ray of that sun god. And then when we meditate like this, what happens? Our well-being will be taken care of. That is and then your face is also included. This is the whole summary of this shloka. And now what happens is the lotus places, according to our scriptures, 5 places are mentioned. One is Lakshmi Kala. Lakshmi Kala means all the Aishwaryam. That is the god Kshemam. 5 places are mentioned. What are the places? I will tell you. One is Padmam, lotus. Then the Yenugu Kumbhasthala means an elephant head. And then this when cows, back of the cow means the tail. Always we need to worship the cow's tail, not the face. When we worship the tail. There is a story. Let us see if we have time. Maybe I will conclude with the story today, because this is our 3rd shloka. Usually we do 3 shlokas. And then Bilvadalam. Bilvadalam means Maredu Dalam. That I don't know what you call in English. Maredu Bilvadalam. Dalam means leaf. That Bilva, the back of that Bilva, Lakshmi resides in these places. And Simantam. Simantam means that partition. These 5 places. That is why actually somehow in North India it is very common. South somehow it is lost. We don't know the reasons. But that is why some people put it on the top of their forehead, that Kunkuma Dharana, the representation of this Lakshmi Kala. So this is Simantam, Aishwaryam, Kshemam. That is the 5 places this Lakshmi Devi resides. A lotus, and then on top of elephant, and then the cow's tail, and then the Maredu Dalam, Bilva Dalam, back of that. And then Simantam. Simantam means that partition. This is how the shloka is mentioned. Now I told you the story. Before we chant, let me tell you the story. We just celebrated Shivaratri. What happened is, this is the between, I just go a little bit elaborate. Brahma, creator, and Vishnu Bhagavan is a sustainer. Both of them had a fight. Fight means this is for Loka Kalyanartham, for our benefit, not that they sit there and fight. In that fight, they give a message. And then they were saying, I am the great, I am the great. And then finally, in front of them, there is a light that Agni came in front of them. And then they could not see the beginning or end. Then Brahmaji said, I will go to the top and then see where I will let you know. Vishnu Bhagavan said, I will go to the bottom. That fire, that Agni Stambam, that pole, they couldn't see the beginning or end. That is how. And then what happened is Brahmaji, while going up, all the way to Divya Lokas, the one flower, it is called Mogali Pushpam. And then one cow is also coming. Both of them are coming from upwards, from the Divya Lokas. And then Brahmaji said, ask them, can you do me a favor? Can you tell Vishnu Bhagavan when I go down? Can you tell Vishnu Bhagavan that I saw the beginning of this, that Agni Stambam? Then the flower said, yes, I will say, yes, you saw it. And then he asked cow also. Then cow said, cow knows it's not true. But then from the face, he said, yes, I will say, see, we say, move our face, head. Through head, he said, yes, I will say, the cow said. And then through tail, said, no. He, the Brahmaji did not say. So that is the reason we pray because the tail told the truth. That is why we do the worship to the tail. That is the secret behind here. I mean, our worship also we do for the face, we put the kumkum and all that for the cow, but this is the basically not any other creature we pray the back. See, that is the significance behind, because cow told the truth. Truth always pervades. And then this Mogali Pushpam, that is why we never worship, use that flower. It's abandoned. And then anyway, Vishnu Bhagavan also came to the field, the earth, and then said, I haven't seen it. And then Vishnu Bhagavan said the truth. And then Brahmaji said yes. And then these two give the witness. Then that Agni is the Shivalingam. Shiva, nothing other than Shiva, Lord Shiva. That's how that our Shivaratri, we worship that Shivalingam. That is how the Shivalinga came. That is the story behind it. So and then that is why Brahmaji also, then Shivaji cursed Brahmaji. We don't have the Brahmaji's temple. Vishnu Bhagavan, we have a lot of temples. Shiva Bhagavan, we have a lot of temples. So this is the reason. We pray, we do not use that flower, Mogali Pushpam, and then we pray to cow's back, the tail, not the front, the face. And then that time, Brahmaji had actually 5 faces. Whichever told the lie, Shivaji took out that face. See how Lord's compassion. This is all compassion, teaching us a lesson. Always tell the truth. Satyameva jayate, and follow the truth. That is our dharma. That is in regular day-to-day life, and always truth is in absolute sense also. Always love to learn the truth. What is that absolute truth? What is that consciousness? What is that self? What is in us, which is driving us? That is the story behind this. Why the Lakshmi Devi on this Prishta Bhagam. That is how even we remembered Lord Shiva's incarnation, that Linga form, how it came. That is why we stay up until 12 o'clock, because whole day Jagarana we do, because whole day, night, and Shiva and Vishnu Bhagavan was searching for that end, beginning and the end. Shiva does not have Adi, Madhya, beginning and endless, beginningless, endless. But they were searching. That is why on Shivaratri day, we do the jagarana, means stay out awake whole night. That has its own significance. This is the story behind that. Prishtabhagam, that's what the story behind. That's, I just shared it. And now let us chant together. Tanotu kshemam nastava vadana saundarya lahari parivaha srota saranirivasi manta sarani vahanti sinduram prabala kavari bharati mira dvisham brundair bandi krutamiva navinarka kiranam. And now let us see this clean is the Bijakshara. And then here they are saying only 12 days. This is for this 12 days. And then chant the shloka. Again, 1,000 times is consistent. And the result of the shloka is Badha Nivrutti. Badha means whatever difficulties, physical, mental, or intellectual, even in spiritual way, mind to progress. Lot of people, whoever is seekers, they feel, I'm not progressing. They feel, I feel I'm not progressing. I don't know what to do. In each level, Mother will remove the difficulties. And then the Naivedyam offering is Jaggery, the milk pudding. Of course, we use the cow milk and then Jaggery and then offer it. Whatever difficulties, whatever afflictions or sorrows, anything, we can do it for ourselves or for other people too. In any level, this is the result of chanting of the shloka. So this is the, we saw up to 44 shlokas, and then this is how each shloka will go from now onwards. Slowly, slowly we will see Mother's Divya Mangala Swarupam. Even we can take up one shloka and meditate on the shloka, even if we cannot take up all the shlokas. Same way in Lalita Sahasranamam, we can take up one namam and then meditate up to 20 shlokas. Whole Divya Mangala form, Rupam is there. Saguna Brahma Upasana, it is called. This is the mind needs support. Then mind can concentrate easily. Keep the picture and then chant the shloka and then meditate, visualize. I'm meditating on Mother's face and then hair and then that sinduram. And then we'll get the all whatever benefits we want. Okay, I'm going to conclude here. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Shamla ji.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Shamla ji.
Shamla garu. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.